And what does it look like?
Talking about.
I mean, we want to hear what you say.
Somebody's over here.
Smiley coming up.
So in my house, with my mom, it was always everything was up for discussion. Everything was up for discussion because my mama, she a real understanding person. So it was literally a conversation I had growing up with me. I'm a real knowledgeable person. I like to know a lot of stuff. So the way I would come across and say things, she'll be like, I know you not coming from a standpoint of you trying to be disrespectful to people, but some people don't understand you how I understand you, so you might have to correct yourself. So I literally had a conversation with my mom. I was like, okay, I'm finna tell you stuff and stop me when I get disrespectful. I express my feelings, but that don't happen with everybody. And so when I was standing up here and you guys were like, don't belittle your children, but the whole statement of you're not on my level sounds like belittlement to us. It's saying you don't have as much value as me. You're not as important to me. You don't put up what I put up, so you can't have a say so in what we do. You don't pay bills. You don't own this house. You don't pay for nothing. So and it
that's good.
And it.
Go ahead.
And when you bring up the stuff that you do for your children, it makes us feel like a burden. It makes us feel like I can't wait till I grow up so I don't have to be a burden to you anymore. If you say it's like when people be like your parents had a life before you, it make you feel like I made you so miserable and bitter and like I just don't want to be here anymore because you don't want me to be here anymore. So why should I be here and put my best foot forward if the person who gave birth to me and made me come in this life doesn't want me? How am I supposed to look at somebody else for love if I feel like I'm not getting love at home? What do you do when you want to have somebody to talk to, but they like you can't talk to them? You go to somebody else to talk to, and that's not who you want us to talk to. How am I supposed to come and talk to you and you don't listen to me, but somebody else may listen to me, but they not gonna treat me how you want me to be treated? You love me, but you don't show it. But they don't love me, but they act like they love me. So I'm going to go to the person that acts like they love me and not the person who... I'm going to go to the person who acts like they love me. Because when you grow up like this and you grow up with people who emotionally stunt your growth, you go looking for other people and you insecure. You go looking for other people for sex, for people who going to tell you, oh, you're pretty. That's why the first person to tell you you're pretty, I'm glad my mama never, they say your parent and your family is your first bully, point out every insecurity you have, and then you want your kids to feel beautiful and smart and go to school with people who telling them the same thing you tell them. That's not going to work. You can't want to be your children's love and shelter, but you're not that. That's materialistic things. If God was only materialistic to you, you will feel hurt. You need to have your spirit be healed. You need to have your spirit be fed. It's okay to have clothes and shoes and all this stuff, but what about my spirit? What about my emotions? What about my mental state? You can't be, you look pretty on the outside. You got me nice shoes. You got me nice things, but I'm struggling on the inside. Some people want to commit suicide, but they look good on the outside. Y'all focus on the outside so much that you don't take the time. You say you listen to your children, but 9 times out of 10, you're not really listening because we don't feel safe. You say you create a safe space, but that's 9 times out of 10 is not true. Because even though my parents never hit me or they never threatened to hit me, they words hurt even worse. When you telling me, you never say you disappointed in me, but your body language show it all. You look at me like I'm just like you can't believe how you raised this. Some people say it to their kids, I can't believe I raised somebody like this. Well, if you raised me so beautifully that you shared you is, how come I ended up like this? It's a lot of things that go into having a kid. Some people end up resenting their kids when they have them too young or they have them with the wrong person. Some people just realize that sometimes it's too late to recognize the trauma, because when you get older and I don't have to spend time with you, how often do you see me? When I don't have to live with you no more, how often do you see me? When I have some people get jobs, some people hang out with friends' house because they don't want to go home, and you refuse to recognize that you yourself have caused your child's trauma, whether you want to admit it or not. And that's the issue.
Yeah.
Wow, guys, what's going on, man? You seen the video clip? Great video clip. I'm not too sure what event that was, but it seemed like they were having a good conversation around a nice topic. And, you know, if I'm looking at myself, if I'm putting myself in that category of what she's talking about, if I'm placing myself to be the only statistic, I'm going to say she's doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're overthinking it. It's too much. The only example I can give to you is like, should I have to tell you to turn off the lights when you're not in the room and you're not in that room, you're not using that light? Why would you still have it on? Should I tell you, like, during the summertime, you know what I'm saying, you should not run your bath water, you know what I'm saying? You know, you spend an hour in the shower and you're you're watering your lawn every other day in the summertime. Should I have to tell you that? You know what I'm saying? You should already have that in mind to, like, conserve energy, conserve water, you know what I'm saying, during times where it's being used a lot, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? Common sense is not common. So with that being said, I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna say she's spot on. I'm gonna say she's on. She actually said that her mother never hit her or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying, her mother lets her talk the way she wants to talk. Now, I can say this, you know what I'm saying, that is rare. That is very rare. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I believe, you know, that I'm in disbelief or whatever, but I'm saying that is rare. You know what I'm saying? And to have her there talking the way she was talking, you know what I'm saying? It's concerning. You know what I'm saying? I would say that it's very concerning. And she starts talking more about body language, how, you know, you may not, you know, she may have not gotten hit, or she may have been able to say things that she wanted to say, but, you know, it's more of the body language now, you know, and when parents say things like, this is what I pay for, it makes her feel unwanted. Now, listen, you know, when I'm thinking about this, I'm saying this is someone who is, you know what I'm saying, I'm not labeling her this, but I'm just saying, like, if you were brought up around any other period of time, you would be considered very weak. And I'm not saying this by my terms. I'm just saying it by, like, every other generation's term. They would have said, you are weak. If you didn't know how to do the right thing from the wrong thing, that's bad decision making. And why are we giving you so much room for error when you have proven you do not know this stuff? You do not know the work. Why are we going to let you continue to keep doing what you're doing? And we're hoping to get different results. Like, you're just going to learn through osmosis by being around people who's doing the right thing, which you can, but obviously you're not doing so. You see, it's a choice. You're choosing to do these things. You're choosing to not think. You have to be able to think critically. And now I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying? Because it sounded very soft, but to me that did. Now, when you're thinking holistically, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not raised like you. Everybody was not gifted with the mindset you have. And that's very key, that you have to think about that, because check this out. Right now, with what's going on, you have a whole lot of mass shootings. You have a whole lot of people popping off, going pop style. You have people who's falling under pressure. You know what I'm saying? And many of the people, you know what I'm saying, they look like they may have needed to get disciplined. They were lacking discipline, you know what I'm saying? And they could not comprehend certain things, you know what I'm saying? And which led them to acting out, you know what I'm saying, terribly, you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those conversations that, you know what I'm saying, it's just, it gets you there to that level. And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure what event they were at, like I said again, but you know, it's really interesting to see this, you know what I'm saying? And everybody comes together and it's this one big kumbaya circle, and it's, you tell me how I feel, and you tell me, you know what I'm saying? You don't get that leisure, you know what I'm saying? Now, conversations like that, maybe they're needed, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, there's laws in the United States of America. There's laws in this world. If you go too fast and there's a cop around, you're going to get a speeding ticket. If you run a red light that doesn't have a camera on it, okay, maybe you get away. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, that maybe there's no, you have to look out if there's any other cars. If you just run it, maybe there's a car coming, maybe you get in a car crash. You have to look at those things. If there's a cop there, you're definitely going to get pulled over and get a ticket. And then that's a whole nother story about, you know what I'm saying, your rights and the things that you know what I'm saying, should not have to worry about. But guess what? Those things you do have to worry about in this day and age, in this time. You should not have to worry about your safety when a cop, a peace officer is coming to give you a ticket. But guess what you do? People have died in custody. You know what I'm saying? Because the lack of compassion and the lack of understanding and the lack of someone else's life to what that means to certain people is ridiculous. And those are things that you have to understand and you have to be able to comprehend. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully your parents can teach you that. Hopefully you're afforded that. But if you're just so stomped down, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully that you know what I'm saying, you scare somebody off so they don't really want to mess with you. You know, you have to start thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're the big bad wolf. Have you thought of that? You haven't thought of that. If people don't want to be around you and you're such a nuisance to everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's little things like that you have to think about. And when you see people lacking social skills, and with her, she was taught, you can see in that situation, she was taught, she was given some type of, you know what I'm saying, some type of speaking skill, some type of oratorial skill, you know what I'm saying, where she can speak in public. But if her in that situation, she chooses to do something different, she makes a choice, she has a choice to, I'm going to say what I want to say and I'm not going to respect what this person, you know what I'm saying? You have to respect people. You have to respect your enemies. You know what I'm saying? Even in war, in any type of situation, you have respect for somebody and what they can do to you. You know what I'm saying? And it gets ugly quick, bruh. And I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? And it's little situations like that where it's like, if you can't come to your senses and think, then I'm sorry. That's it for me. I can't be around you because you're that myopic. You're that small in thinking that the world, you know what I'm saying, is you in your little bubble. You know what I'm saying? And people will pass that around every day. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can get that away from them. They'll pass you off. And then you're going to find yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's not me trying to be hard or anything like that, but that's just me saying, you know, hey, I'm speaking my piece on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting that on the airwaves, you know what I'm saying, to the people that's listening, you know what I'm saying? But I feel as if, you know what I'm saying, what she is doing is you know, really deep down, I feel it's overkill. But like I say, you do have a lot of people pop styling and all this other type of stuff. So maybe there is a consensus or something, some type of, you know, pardon that we can come to, that we can say, hey, I can understand you here. I can understand you and your comprehension is at this level. So I can make peace with you knowing that you're at this level. But let's say, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say that it's a high, critical, frustrating situation and you choose to act out. You're going to get disciplined. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? And she has it. She was on spot. She was spot on. She's talking about body language. She's talking about, you know, not just being fit. It's all these cues that we're picking up on. And she's talking about, you know what I'm saying, how it makes her feel and it's all about her. But you have to understand, she's talking to parents. She is a child. And she identified as a child. You know what I'm saying? And you have to, you know, something that was told to me was be a child as long as you can. And you know what I'm saying? And it was little teachings like that I, you know what I'm saying, I used to obtain more knowledge. And she said she's a knowledgeable person, you know what I'm saying? But at this day and age, you know what I'm saying, it's about you. It's about what you can get. I don't know what that event was, but I don't understand, how are you, you know what I'm saying? What are you, you know what I'm saying? What are you politicking for? What are you, you know, what are you there talking for? What are you trying to get out of this situation? You know what I'm saying? It's really frustrating. You know what I'm talking about? I don't see any progress that was made there, you know what I'm saying? Or that could be made there. The progress is at home talking to your parents. You know what I'm saying? Unless she's trying to get some law mandated and there's this big group or big, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the means to an end? What is the outcome of this? Just you talking to people and getting your feelings out? Is this a feelings thing? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because feelings, you know what I'm saying? It gets physical around feelings. People get to, I mean, it's just one of those things to me that's like, yes, I understand people. There maybe needs to be a safe room for people who's about to lose it. Maybe a hotline, maybe something like that. You know what I'm saying? For people who just need someone to talk to. But you have to understand this, man. You have to understand that. You're there. You're at that event. You are the one being educated. So when you go out there in the field, you have to understand it's almost the same thing. You have to translate that. Get educated. Stay away from people that's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's really like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people out here that are going through things. You know what I'm saying? People out here that's going through things that maybe want to talk about it. But that time there was spent talking about how someone doesn't get hit, doesn't, you know what I'm saying, doesn't get none of that stuff, type of stuff. But guess what? You know what I'm saying? She's worried about body language and how her, you know, things that her mother say, like, you know, she pays this and she has to pay for that. Maybe your mother's looking for help. Maybe your mother, you know, I don't know. Maybe your mother's just talking to her child. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your mother, her mother wasn't reared and raised right. Maybe she doesn't have enough money. You ever thought of that? No matter how you talk about that, she still ain't gonna have enough money. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that it's just like, you know what I'm saying? God bless you. You know what I'm saying? I try to understand, and I hope I do have some level of understanding of where she's coming from. But it's just a simple fact of like, man, this is, you know what I'm saying? I almost can feel sorry for people like that, because it's a big world out here. And unless somebody blesses you and you just, you know, you around people that's like on the money train and you end up coming up riding that wave because you have nice vibes. She definitely has nice vibes. She's in a nice circle, as you can see. She's connected with a lot of you know, people, and it looks like it's money flowing. So maybe if she keeps that up, she doesn't really have to worry about it, and she can lay her goose egg pretty early. You know what I'm saying? And she'll have a pocket, you know what I'm saying, full of money at an early age. But other than that, man, I just feel sorry for people like that, because unless somebody pulls you up by your bootstraps and helps you out, or you do that yourself, you're going to be stuck in that position for a long time. And it's really sad, because I can see somebody that's struggling, but they don't have the knowledge or the want to themselves to pull themselves up. Now that's a sad sight. You know what I'm saying? That's a sad sight, and you have to know this. And especially, you know what I'm saying, you just have to think about this. All these events that's going around, the LGBT, all these holidays, you know what I'm saying, and how that's tied into everything else that we do now, you know what I'm saying? And you talking about, you know what I'm saying, African Americans and our history and our struggle. Man, it's a tough world out here. And these conversations are happening. And this is a fast-paced growing, you know what I'm saying, the economy, the world. Things are being changed. You've seen that Roe versus Wade, you know what I'm saying, where people were out there. It's hard for me to even talk about. Oh, Lord. Like I said, I had to drop my camera. It's hard for me to even talk about this. You have people sitting down thinking ideologically, that's not even a word, using their ideology, just being so, you know, just thinking so much, thinking their way in a circle to come in agreement to do something that is wrong. What they're doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You have people doing that. They want to ideological their way into a circle and say, okay, this is right, but it's wrong in so many ways. It's sad. It's saddening. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be punishment. There's going to be punishment. You do something wrong, you're going to get talked about. You have to know this, and you have people out here, and it's just like, if you're a little bit educated, you're going to beat these guys. you're gonna end up lapping them. And it's just sad because it's about rearing. It's about how you were raised. And I was watching a show on Showtime, you know what I'm saying? And this person, you can tell they was raised in a way that they needed schooling. If it wasn't going to college or being in any after school programs or being involved in this lady had everybody in some type of educational process, but her life was falling apart and she had no money. It's a such thing as you being too educated. Education is almost a leisure. Think of that. Education is a leisure. You know what I'm saying? You have to get out there and you have to work. You have to really put some street smarts to it, and you have to be blessed. You know what I'm saying? We're blessed in the United States to be able to, get 12 years of education. You know what I'm saying? Anything after that, you know what I'm saying, is plus. But what it really looks like is starting to be, you know what I'm saying? It's starting to be a given to where you have to have that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm just saying, this is real talk. You know what I'm saying? And I think what they're doing there is good. I think what she had to say, I'm not talking down on any type of way. I think that's good. They're at that event. Of course, it's not like it's a public event or a private event or something. You know what I'm saying? It's not like at a school or anything. So they chose to go there. They chose to have those conversations. But me, you know what I'm saying? I think that it was something better that they could do. I think that, I'm not trying to talk down on nobody, but I just, it's really hard for me to sit here and be like, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to talk down to my mom because my mom hit me. I'm going to talk down to, you know what I'm saying, my parent because she was broke. It's real. If just me having hindsight right now, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, no, bro, that is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But peace, guys. I'm out.